Hello everyone, I'm Renee and I'm here with Fountainheads today to teach you guys a lesson from your English course book. The lesson I'm going to take up today is from the third unit, Adventures, and this is the second chapter from this unit. The name of the chapter is An Extraordinary Achiever. We are going to read about someone who is not ordinary, someone who is extraordinary, someone who wants to achieve a lot, someone who is a high achiever, someone who's a high achiever. Now, let us see. The quest of human beings for the unknown makes call to the spirit of their extraordinary capability. Human beings are always curious unknown unknown places, unexplored places, civilization touch tawdriba places adu mayam do explore tawnaba adugi spirit amayawe baka curious oba spirit amayawe adudune human beings ki extraordinary capability haise ka. Name some persons who answer such calls ka. For instance, you would have to do this yourself, but I'll give you 2 or 3 examples from the textbook. Mamangi chapter sa Edmund Hillary ka adagi even kari atopa mayamama ka hadi sigi akoina tamdoriba mi sisu oidoine ka. So you can answer that after reading the chapter. Now, let us read an account of an astronaut, Sunita Williams. We're going to read about Sunita Williams. Sunita Williams is a woman of many parts. Woman of many parts, someone who is capable of doing many things. She was a naval aviator, helicopter pilot, test pilot, naval diver, swimmer, and marathon runner. And now she is an astronaut and a world record holder in spacewalking. Naval aviator US Navy gi pilot ne aduga helicopter pilots oirame aduga test pilots oirame naval diver Navy gi divers oirame aduga swimmers oirame aduga marathon runners oirame adu hojikna kai oire astronaut oire as they have said it before, she is a woman of many parts she is also the world record holder in spacewalking. Spacewalk tobada world record holder ne bamase. Looked at from another angle, she may be regarded as an ordinary person who has translated her extraordinary potential into reality through sheer hard work and positive attitude in life. Another angle dagi yengpa matamdadi kaino mase extraordinary ne khana pasa another angle dagi yengpa dadi yam ordinary oiba mi but with extraordinary potential tawba ngambado ka extraordinary potential yawba aduga sigi potential se magi extraordinary potential se dream se magi reality do onthorpa ngamba ka adu kaina na through sheer hard work ka just hard work and positive mindset ka optimistic oiba ka. She has tasted success by steeling herself to go that extra mile to explore her personal limits. Mana successful oise kaina no harakanda difficult things in life hurdles mayamama face to bangamba aduga magi comfort zone dudagi thogla aga extra mile chat bangamba magi options mayam da explore toba aduna magi success se phangine baka. Sunita captured the imagination of the world during her sojourn in space for more than 6 months by setting a world record of space walking by women through 4 spacewalks totaling 29 hours and 17 minutes in 2006 expedition to space. Sunita sina kaidawi mana akoina the world as we imagine imagine tawba whole world ka adagi akoina space universe ka mind tawi space ka mind tawi imagine tawba sa mana magi mind to the capture tawga picture tawgraga ka magi space to gi magi sojourn habidi temporary state to ka magi space da magi temporary state da 6 months later patuda kaidawi mana spacewalk tawbada spacewalk tawbugi record thugai gre kayam karino hadi kayam chatli no yengase 29 hours and 17 minutes chatlaga mana spacewalki record thugai gre ka. She achieved all these with the support and encouragement of a close knit family and friends ka. she mayam se mana kamai tor ga achieve tawina success se kamai na la ino hara kanda magi families magi family ga magi friends kana support mayam ama pibedo support system oibedo aduga encourage tawbudo hadi thagat pibedo ko yamna tight knit close knit hai taragadi yamna tight oiba yamna mi yamda circle small oiba family and friends na mateng pangaga ne ba ko today Sunita is exploring space ka maze huzik space explore tawi but the root of her aspiration had been planted deep by her parents and siblings who gave her the wings to fly ka sigi root cause se kaino magi goal sigi magi aspiration sigi ka kaino har kanda magi family ga magi parents ka siblings kana haidi encourage tawbodo haidi dum kaino tawbibado haidi tawgadabani khokadabani na phazana haibibado ka haidi supportive obodo aduduna ne ba ka they let her decide what she wanted to do in life ka ma freedom piye ka Sunita was brought up in a loving family that nurtured her inherent talents and supported her while she worked hard to compete and excel ka mana Sunita sna mase karamba family the brought up tori karamba family the grew up tori harakanda magi yamna nushina chanana laiba family am the grew up tori aduga magi inherent talents ka higher targadi inborn talents inborn qualities mayam da nurture to be ba ka hena phagat haleba mama pasna ka aduga magi mana pamba line do da excel tauna ba to be on top moina support tawe ba ka she is the youngest of the 3 children of Dr. Deepak N. Pandya and Bonnie Zaloka Pandya ka masina machimana ahum dagi khwaidagi atombi ne adu Dr. mapa mamingna Dr. Deepak N. Pandya kawe adu mama mamingna Bonnie Zaloka Pandya kawe ka the father an Indian from Gujarat and the mother a Slovenian from Europe live now in the USA as a naturalized Americans ka mapa sina Indian origin ne ka mapa se Gujarat tagi ne aduga mama sina European ne ka aduga they live in the USA citizenship phange ko moisa kanoda American citizen ore ko moisa Sunita's blood has been colored with Indian heritage of her father, the European heritage of her mother, and the values of that land, that is America, where she was born and brought up in. Sunita se masa mixed blood ne ba ka kaina habada mapana Indian mamana kaino European oidana ado Indian heritage magi blood sida Indian oiba macheleba that is hard working haidi Asian mayam se Indian mayam se am hard working oidra am smart oidra hona bayam kalle aduga European gi heritage na mamarom dagi laura kai lawina mamarom dagi mogi sophisticated oiba classy oiba yamna ing tapado graceful oiba do European mama dagi laura aduga America the brought up tawbanina American gi values do laweba ka American gi values haragana yamna masagi dream do follow tawba adagi yamna free and frank oiba yamna lively oiba adugi kano do haidi hopeful oiba adumai adugi values mayam do America da laibadagi laweba ka she has swum in the seas and dived deep into it flown aircrafts in war on humanitarian missions blasted off into space and flown back on the earth ka mase seas and oceans ka mama kano tawre swim tawre adagi deep sea dive tawre adagi aircrafts mama pairure war mission da chatlure adagi space da chatlure space gi halaga mo earth ta mu lai ka Sunita was first sent to an elementary school and then to a junior high school to study from the kindergarten to the 9th grade ka Sunita se magi life se da 8 kindergarten dagina 9th grade se bawa school ani change tawe first elementary school tamame aduga junior high school da change tawe ka after that she went to Needham High School at Boston from the 10th to the 12th grade ka mana Boston High School da Needham High School Boston da leba Needham High School da mase 10 dagina 12 phoba tamme ka Sunita loved sports particularly swimming sports amna pamjare aduga especially swimming ka she went in for a lot of competitive swimming encouraged by her parents she also took part in the Boston Marathon ka mase swimming competitions mayam yawre mama pa na yamna encourage tawbiraga aduga Boston Marathon da su participate taweba ka after Needham she joined Wellesley college, one of the famous institutions for women in the USA. Ko yam thina phaba institution Wellesley College da mase tame ko. Growing up in these institutions deeply influenced her. Magi values mayam mana chaura aga kaino magi huzik mana kaino magi principle mayam sa as a institution na influence the one ko. It was a happy and meaningful period in her life. Ko yamna meaningful oiba magi yamna harauba matam nebo ko yamna unforgettable part of her life nebo zaki se ko. She was always busy learning new things and looking for new adventure. Ko sina takpadi masi am curious oiba angang amane ko horokpada chawkhalakpakanda haidi she was always searching for new things to learn ko aduga new adventures mayam adum seek tawraga laiba magi life se ko. She always had lots of friends and has always understood the value of friendship ko. Mama mana bi mayam lare ko mama na bi mayam lare enta isa she must be a very lively fellow ko masa yamna haidi mayam na nukshiba tinaba loimang tinaba yaba mi ma oye ko aduga friendship se monda yam luna lozay ko. People loved to be around her because she was always positive and happy. Ko mi mayam se magi manakta adum laininge kagino da akhoi su hadi mi yam harau ba yamna adum harau raga laiba adum kano toraga laiba mi da nap tra khoi sa adumaina masu yamna lively person oi bagi mi mayam na mon da nappe ba ko adum positive optimistic mind ma oi bagi aduga happy adum ora laibe ko happy go lucky person oi ba ko. Her friends thought that she would go far because she was always pushing herself to the limit. Mama na bi mayam na su ka mama na bi mayam na mama na bi mama na ba mayam na su loima khang haidi ma se no manatra no madi ka haidi yamna haidi she will achieve a lot ka haidi successful oini na khange kaigino da ma se she's always going out of her comfort zone ka always exploring her limits ka. After college, she could have gone to Columbia or Yale, but she chose the US Naval Academy. Ka mase college loeraga university chapakanda Ivy League college tatam gidawa male magi friends me amna ka Columbia or Yale tatam do male, but she went to the US Naval Academy instead. Ka at the Naval Academy, she got training as a Navy diver and Navy aviator. Ka mase Naval Academy do changa kanda train tore Navy diver ga Navy aviator pilot ka train tore. For the naval aviation, she was trained first as a helicopter pilot oina train tore masa hamada. After that, Sunita was selected for training as a naval test pilot ka Sunita se khal leraga ka naval test pilot ki oina bagi selection phange ka si se yam thina this shows that they trust her ka hadi naval test pilot se kaina magi thabak se new techniques adagi new aircrafts mayam ama test out to try out to da adudu ne ka yam thina important job amane ka si sa. These trainings and the experience earned gradually led her to National Aeronautics and Space Administration and the astronaut program ka siki trainings mayam magi experience mayam sina ka it resulted in NASA da ma se khalle ka selection phangya aduga astronaut program amada kano tawre admission tawre. But Sunita's yearning to go higher and further into space goes back to her childhood ka she said it was not a overnight thought ka magi overnight inspiration or aspiration natte sigi se madi thana dagi hona ka space ta chatpagi haidi already plan tawgrabane ba madi ka magi at the back of her mind magi makok sida haidi ma se space ta chatninge khotninge na adum khallaga layam angang ne ba ka. When she was around 5 years old, she was deeply impressed by Neil Armstrong walking on the moon ka ma se chahi manga surapa matamda Neil Armstrong se mane yam admire tawe ba ka. Probably because of something at the back of her mind, Sunita started trying to become an astronaut ka mana probably unconsciously ka magi at the back of her mind ma se hadi astronaut oininge na khalam gani ba ka. She started training with NASA and ultimately she was selected to work on the space station project ka ma se NASA ga train tawba hore aduga eventually ma se selection phangya ka space station project work tawna bagi selection phangya. The work was tough and taxing ka yamna waba yamna hard work yaudaba yamna exhausting oiba thabak ni ka. It involved physical tasks and endurance programs, along with thorough study of technical and engineering details. Mase physical tasks mayam ama yawe aduga endurance program physical tasks hayadi thabak strength yaudaba yadaba thabak mayam ama lae adagi endurance programs ke amuk yamna khangba kanba ngam ge habado adugi endure tawna activities mayam ama su adugi take part tawe mase aduga thorough study of technical and engineering details. Space shuttle the thorough chattoinina the mana adugi aware oidaba yade technical terms adagi details mayam the engineering details mayam mana aware oidaba yade baka. She had to be prepared and ready for space on the basis of experience and anticipation. Mase mentally prepared tawdaba yai adagi tawdaba yade aduga phazana ready tawdaba yade space chatnabagi damakta ko aduga magi sise kaida mase kaina select tawdoino space chapasa experience and anticipation da ko magi hanagi experience mayam de kani dagi anticipation hayagadi it will take a while ko it will take a long time anticipate tar ko haidi mana chatning bagi anticipate to expect to bodo ko mase chakani na khalaga adumaina yam kuina leiraga chathandoine ko kagino da my anticipation do built up taraga chathandoine. She had also to be ready for earthbound missions, anticipating situation based on the physical environment and the ground realities. Mase earthbound missions mayam ama su thadoine earthbound missions hai taragadi earth ta khatang chattoiba mission se ko hadi outside earth chatloideba ko restricted to earth only ko akhoigi earth se da chatlaga hadi akhoina explore tawdiba civilization na touch tawdiba mafam mayam do explore tawraga adigi situation to physical environment to yengaga ground realities hadi reality of the situation hadi uski mafam duki adu mayam do check tawba chattoini ko. Sunita went through the rigorous process and was ready for the mission ko hadi rigorous process hadi magi adu mayam do loima magi hurdles mayam do loima hard training mayam do loima kaino tawraga tawba loiraga mase mission dugi damakta ready oire ko se. In this context, it will be relevant to remember Sunita's relation with Kalpana Chawla, the first woman astronaut of Indian origin whose space odyssey ended in tragedy when the space shuttle carrying her exploded during the return journey to Earth. Mase in this context hari magi sigi wari mayam sida yam relevant oiba yam important oiba wari hairagadi ko Sunita ga Kalpana Chawla gi relationship tuni ko. Kalpana Chawla was the first woman to land on the moon ko mana space odyssey hairagadi space travel to the she gi ba mase ko halakpada yum earth return taropagi kaino duda lambi duda she ba mase ko space shuttle to explode taraka. Sunita was quite close to Kalpana. Moibani yam close ore a gracious and unassuming woman yamna graceful oiba yamna hadi yamna phaba mine ko Kalpana Chawla sa and learned many things from her like the love of Indian classical music hadi mase mana mangondagi mayam learn mayam ma tore Kalpana Chawla dagi Sunita sina ko Indian classical music sa magi her love for Indian classical music was influenced by Kalpana Chawla For Indians, Sunita has become the living embodiment of Kalpana and her dreams. Indian mayam gidi Sunita se kaino living embodiment hai taragadi living visible form of Kalpana Chawla ko magi dreams mayam ma reality da turn to birapodo Kalpana Chawla gi idea mo oina laiba ko mas visible form of Kalpana's dreams ko. Now getting down to the brass tacks, the space shuttle carrying a crew of 7 members including Sunita Williams was launched on December 9, 2006 and it arrived at the International Space Station on December 11, 2006. Brass tacks now getting down to brass tacks getting down to the important points. Space shuttle duna mi kya carry tawi 7 members that included Sunita Williams Karam Kanda launched 9 December 2006. You would have to remember all of this yamna sigi small details ma'am said remember and it arrived at the International Space Station on December 11 2006 2006 ki numit kya ni lerega na numit hum ni lerega 2 days lerega International Space Station to the yare. The International Space Station is located in an orbit round the Earth at an approximate altitude of 360 kilometers and traveling at an average speed of 27,744 kilometers per hour ka. International Space Station se karai locate tawi Earth ki outside Earth ne ka Earth ki orbit to da koiraga lai ne ka koiraga lai ne aduga Earth tagi 360 kilometers wange boka kaino se hojiki space se aduga magi orbit se kayam kana koi habada 27,744 kilometers per hour ka. To the space station, Sunita carried with her a copy of Bhagavad Gita, a small statue of Lord Ganesha, and a letter written by her father. Mana station to the Kaipui, Bhagavad Gita ki copy ma pura, aduga Lord Ganesha ki statue ma puya aduga magi mapane iba letter ma puya baka. This shows her faith in God and her love for her parents. Exercise was a very important activity on the ISS to maintain bone and muscle health in a condition of weightlessness. Exercise was important the ISS to the space to the labor kanadi the bone and muscle density do maintain adagi moidi pyraga lay doini dana aduna adugi weightlessness do maintain taunaba moina adu yamna workout over dakata ebaka. Walking was one of the items of exercise, and walking was not restricted to the inside of the space station. Walk chatpa yaiba ka aduga manungda natana space to gi mapanda su chatpa yaiba ka, but you would have to gear up properly ka suit to set laga thokta bayaro ka. Sunita left the confines of the ISS and completed 4 spacewalks, registering a total of 29 hours and 17 minutes. A new world record in spacewalks. Sunita na space to kima panthok la aga 4 kind of rounds circle taweka aduda 29 hours and 17 minutes walk tawre mana aduna new world record ama oigra sisina ka. In this way, after spending 195 days in space, which is also a new world record for female space travelers ka mana sumaina haidi space da 195 days spent away ka aduga record new world record amasu thamame mana ka. Sunita Williams came back to Earth on June 21, 2007. Adugi matungda June 21, 2007 da mase yum hale Earth da hale ka. In her latest expedition to the ISS launch on 15 July 2012, she stayed in space for another 127 days ka mana quite the latest expedition had a recent expedition though 2012 July 2012 to chat kibane aduga space da 127 days laiva komasa. From this journey she returned to the Earth on 17 November 2012 ka thagya lairaga no mana laisa Earth mu July August September and November ka October November thamari lairaga laine ka yumda muhale. As of now she has made a record of spacewalks for 5 hours and 40 minutes in 322 days in these expeditions to the International Space Station ka mana sigi time duration sida ka 50 hours and 40 minutes walk complete tawe ba ka 320 days 22 days including the first walk ka. This was an extraordinary achievement for a woman who could make it because of her hard work, sense of discipline, persistence, courage and willingness to push herself to the limit and the unstinting support and encouragement of her parents and siblings and friends hadi sigi extraordinary success se kamaina tawraga phangi bano hire kanda magi hard work hotna bakanba adagi self discipline yawba adagi akhang bakanba adagi courageous oiba aduga magi outside my comfort zone dudagi mapan thokla aga magi options mayam do explore to bana maram oiduna thoine aduga magi unstinting support from her friends and family hai taragadi unsparing support ka haidi unending full time support aduna thokhangi bane ba Sinata ise we have come to the end of the chapter now. Sinata ise kaino hire kanda akhoi say we have to work hard, we need to be hardworking, we need to have persistence, we need to be courageous and we need to explore our limits ka haidi akhoi say idle oiraga lai thokadaba nate ba ka akhoi gi dreams and reality de turn down ba phajana akhoina hotna ba jagadaba ne ba ka. Now with this I will end the class right now. I'll see you in my next class. Until then, take care.